Well, good day. Thanks for tuning in. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give you a quick overview for how I create the bitmap file for new vehicles in the campaign series games. You need three components. One is the main graphic, BMP itself here. 24-bit color makes sense. You do need to have your vehicle facing the normal 6 directions based on a isometric grid. Each of these facings is a different hex facing that is common in the game. We have a north, northeast, southeast. We have south, southeast, or southwest, and northwest. So you will need to complete those 6 views in order to have a proper graphic inside campaign series. The other thing that you need to know is that you'll need eventually 3 files. One is the main graphic like this with shadows. One is a copy of that without shadows. You'll see there's no shadows here. And then the other one is a bit file, which basically is the outline file for this unit here. I'm going to quickly show you how I do the bit file. It takes 2 seconds, so just bear with me here. So what I've done is I've created 2 different copies. So I've created a copy of this and then removed the shadows, so we're good to go there. And then I've taken a copy of the no shadow version so I can make the bit file. So we're going to close these 2 things here. And then we're going to go into making the bit file. Basically all we need, we don't care about the rest of the graphics, all we need is an outline of this. So how am I going to do that? The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change it to black and white, max out the specs so that all we see here is just the black and white version. That's all that we need for here. Then I will turn it back to 24-bit color. Then we're going to go to replace colors. I'm going to replace the inside here, the vehicle itself, with orange at 255, at 125, and 0 for RGB values. We'll press OK, and then we will change the background color to yellow, which is 255, 255, and 0. I will select the background. Now you can see that it changes everything. I'm going to use unsharpened mask. I'm going to crank that up, and you'll see when I do that, it adds a red outline all the way around the units, which is perfect. That's what we want. I will change that red to a black outline, so I'm going to select it. We're going to change this to 0, 0, 0, which is in RGB value. Black is the absence of color. I'm going to adjust this range, so we'll zoom in here so you can see why I'm doing that. Adjust the range just a little bit. So I'm going to zoom back in here just so you can see why that's important. I'm going to undo it, and you can see when I go into that, if I have it down low, it doesn't connect all the way around the vehicle, and I want to make sure that I'm connecting all the vehicles. So we're going to increase that, and you can see the outline looks much cleaner now, which is what we want. And then I'm going to convert, ignoring the grayscale. I'm going to select everything, and we're going to make everything white, which is all colors in RGB, like so. We're going to make sure that everything is selected just like that. Now we can see we have the outline of that vehicle. I'm going to go and change it to a 1-bit item as well, and then we're going to save it. It'll take a second. And I'm going to close out of that, and then we'll see here I'm working in my folder, and I can just change this extension, file name extension, to bit, and bada boom. We now have our bit file. So I'm going to move that into our supply vehicles. And just so you can see what I did, I'm going to open them both up into here. Bada boom. So you can see I have both the outline and the unit itself. You're going to need that for both of them. Otherwise, there's not going to be a selection. So super simple to do. I use CorelDraw. You can figure out the same thing in GIMP or whatever. There's even scripts and things that'll help you do that if you want for GIMP. Yeah, so if you have any questions or comments about this, let me know. I'm always happy to help. Huge thank you to our Patreons. Huge thank you to our donators. Huge thank you to those that are taking the time to watch and learn something new. And yeah, if you do have questions, again, I answer all the questions. Thank you so much for your time, and we'll talk to you soon.